Good morning. Today we're doing lesson 2-2. We're going to be proving lines parallel. We didn't put a space for your name, so please write your name on your paper. And we are going to prove that two lines cut by a transversal are parallel using the converse or converses of parallel line angle relationship theorems. We are also going to use properties of parallel lines and transversals to solve real-world and mathematical problems. Our third objective will be writing and using flow proofs. Your vocabulary is just flow proof today. In Spanish, it's prueba de flujo. We have pairs of congruent or supplementary angles formed when two lines are cut by a transversal can be used to prove parallel lines. So that's the whole objective today, or the main concept is we're proving lines parallel. And we're going to use our ideas of congruent and supplementary angles to be able to do that. Understand angle relationships. We're going to do two problems here. The first one is kind of done for us, but I'm going to explain it for you. We have these lines, T and M, that are not parallel. So find T and find M. I'll put them in a color for you so you can see. Here's T. And maybe we can use colored pencils for this. And I'll do M in a different color. And you can see that these lines are obviously not parallel, right? They cross each other. If they were parallel, they would never cross each other. And then the transversal S intersects the line T and line M. That's spoken. Okay, let me just highlight right here. We can do this with our colored pencils. And then get a lighter blue. We have this transversal S. And it says that S intersects those two lines. They're giving us all of this information. The 120-degree angle corresponds with the angle formed when you combine angles 1 and 2. I would like to get another color for that. So this angle, 120 degrees, is corresponding to this angle and this angle when we put them together, right? All right, that is what is given to us. And then we're going to come down here. It says since L and M are parallel, so that would require yet another color because L and M being parallel, we have L right here. That is parallel to M. Well, the measure, since those ones are parallel, like if we add that line L in there, then we can say that the measure of angle 1 equals 120 degrees. I'm running out of colors. The measure of angle 1 is 120 degrees by the corresponding angle theorem. So angle 1 is also 120 degrees. By the alternate interior angles theorem, the measure of angle 2 is going to equal x. So we're just going to say this is x. We don't know what it is, but we do know by alternate interior angles that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 has to be equal to 120 plus x. Right? So angle 1 is 120, angle 2 is x. So those have to equal, measure 1 and measure of angle 2 has to equal 120 plus x. Which means that if that x has to be a number, right? Then when we add angles 1 and angle 2, it's going to be greater than 120. That inequality symbol means greater. So greater. Therefore, they are not congruent. So, this is proving that if two lines are not parallel, then corresponding angles are not congruent. On this try it question, we're asking if angle 3 could be a supplementary angle to 120 degrees. And we want to explain that. If you look up here, angle 1 is 120 degrees. And then we have angle 3 right here. So could angle 1 and 3 be supplementary? Well, unfortunately, that little piece of angle 2 is in there where angle 1 and 3 are almost a straight angle, but they're not, because angle 1, or the measure of angle 1, plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees because they form a straight angle. For measure of angle 1 and the measure of angle 3 to be supplementary, for them to be supplementary, I'm just going to write sup. Then the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3 has to equal 180. But we can't have this piece equal to 180 and this piece equal 180 degrees because of the measure of angle 2, right? In the first part, we look at the picture, angle 2 is a part of that. So in order for them to be supplementary, then this must be true, but this is not true. Because what's actually true is that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees minus the measure of angle 2. So 3 is actually, or the measure of angle 3 is actually not enough. So the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees minus the measure of angle 2. So angle 3 is not supplementary. Not supplementary to 120 degree